Hey everybody, it's Emil Medame, your favorite 50% fanboy, 50% genius indie VTuber, and today we are kind of back on Genshin. Um, so originally I was gonna stream on Monday, no Sunday, but then my neighbors were loud, so I didn't stream because it would affect the sound quality. And then yesterday on Monday I was gonna stream again, but then my internet died. Like it full out died for a few hours. As you may know, mobile data does not cut it. But yeah, that's why I was gonna stream 2 days ago, but I didn't, and I couldn't do the FFP event. So yeah, that explains why this stream is kind of special because what I was supposed to do on that stream got postponed and the event got removed straight up. So yeah, today we're gonna be reacting on my body's blocking it, but version 5.8 and maybe Nod-Krai stuff. Yeah, well, not maybe. We will be watching Nod-Krai stuff. We might be seeing Cat with Blue Hat. I'm not quite sure. I haven't looked into it yet. But anyway, let me just do some shit first. Yeah, I think we can just get into it. So grab a snack or a drink, ideally water, because that's what's best for you. And yeah, hope you enjoy it. Oh, and if you play Genshin, if you're not, just watching, the pre-update installation is available now. So the update is coming very soon. I don't know when, but it's very soon. We'll probably get like a release date somewhere. Well, somewhere. But yeah, well, if you're watching in the future, if you're on YouTube, then this you don't need to worry. But yeah, let's just watch.
All food, lodging, and entertainment expenses will be fully covered during the trial period. Next stop, Teyvat.
Also, I should mention, Sucrose's voice actress is getting replaced, so I don't know if it's happening in this update or next update, and even if it happens, I don't know how much of the voices are gonna get re-recorded. Yeah, not important right now.
From our honey-sweet Aethermead to our exhilarating shows.
So Aethermead, I faintly remember Aethermead being mentioned, but oh yeah, because there's like aphids, honey aphids or whatever. Aphids are I think it's an insect. They produce nectar for ants, and Aethermead is basically that, but like Genshin's version, and Genshin's aphids are massive, so.
There's something for all the senses.
Exactly. Just kick back, relax, and enjoy your holiday at whatever pace suits you.
That place reminded me of Splatoon.
With the deep blue sea beneath you, and my lucky Sharky surfboard leading the way, are you ready to crank up the speed?
Okay, it's a summer event, but it feels more in. I guess it kind of is an anniversary event, and that's straight up Splatoon.
Fill a great sleep. You're just in time to witness our annual home night celebration.
Nice shot.
Oh, I remember that game mode. The one on the right. That is my son.
How amazing the show's gonna be!
Would you do us the honor of bringing some color to our landmarks too?
I wonder if this is like a temporary. Okay, that's just Splatoon 2 or 3's final boss.
Whoa! It looks incredible.
That's Splatoon 2, the DLC's final boss.
Flower fields finally live up to their name.
Not the secret boss.
It's showtime!
And that's just Splatoon 1 final boss.
Ready?
And 2, I guess.
2, 1.
Is it 2 as well? I don't remember. I only remember Splatoon 1's final boss.
Must find them, traveler. Paimon.
That's Inefa's companion. And I believe that's Inefa. That assumption appears to be correct.
Remember, you have to come home.
Thank you for the follow, Captain 11. I don't know who you are, but hope you enjoyed my streams. I don't stream regularly. Don't follow. Oh, you're from Delta Force. Hi. If you want to know, I don't stream Delta Force. It's because my internet is too shit. Yeah, I noticed it's you. My internet and my computer is too shit. So if I try to stream Delta Force, I would get like massive lag spikes and stuff. And I already get lag spikes without streaming, so that's not fun. And it's the campaign is completely unplayable. Not sure if you tried it yet. Well, it's unplayable because of my internet and computer. Okay, I'm in future able to. In a few months, my internet will probably get better, but my computer won't until like a year later. So we'll see what happens. Maybe if I get more follows and donos, and I can get money and I can get it faster. I don't know. That's not gonna happen because I'm a guy. Oh, and my internet died. I had like max bars of Wi-Fi. It still has like 2/3 of the bars. Okay, I think it's coming back, and it's getting even less bars, but my bitrate is higher. Why is this happening? Like, and it's right on cue as well. I said shit internet, and it decides to act like shit. Come on, bitrate. For some reason, it's only Twitch that's getting the bitrate. It's not YouTube. And now YouTube's getting the bitrate and Twitch isn't. Okay. Very cool. Oh, bitrate's going up. I think we can give it like 20 more seconds and then we can continue. I don't know if like it. Yeah, I think it disconnected for Twitch because I see there's 0 viewers and 0 minutes watched. Okay, we're good. Bitrate's good. Let's continue. I don't know how much you guys missed, but probably not much.
Natlanese core, Fontanian joints, Mondstadt hairpiece. Where's home for you?
Really, I would expect that to be from Samara.
Memory.
Like that. Ooh. What did I press? I think it's the subtitles. But I would expect this to be Samara. It kind of reminds me of Farazan, this piece. And then, yeah, this makes sense it to be Natlan because it's the draconian type Fontanian joints. I guess that's where the mecha bits come from, if we can see the joints.
Fontanian.
Yeah, I don't think this is needed from a engineering standpoint. Also, wouldn't these like bolts be too easy to come off? Screws, not bolts, given that they have like such a regular shape. That's why some electronics that if they don't want you to take it apart, they have like hexagonal bits. So yeah.
Joints, Mondstadt hairpiece. Where's home for you? Any memories about that?
Memory. Missing. Is this a broom?
No,
That's a
then.
vacuum.
Could I trouble you to tidy up my workshop?
Understood. Commencing task.
That was Cryo Electro, I don't remember.
Installation chamber deployed.
Electro. That's a new like thunder cloud effect.
Annihilation mode.
That's probably unique to Nod-Krai characters. Yeah, I saw some stuff on
Ever since
Instagram and
Enough
shit.
set sail for Natlan, the secret source automatons have been getting increasingly aggressive. It's as if they're drawn to each other.
Return home. Malfunction. Have you forgotten why you cast them away to begin with?
That's Abyss trying to corrupt her.
An ancient relic from Natlan's dragon civilization.
Or like more evil dragons.
Are we supposed to believe
Like
that
that one.
Bianca's mother survived?
It kind of looks like the
That
true
must be the
Sting
location
in
of my next
Honkai Star Rail.
assignment.
That's a new outfit
Nod-Krai.
for Yelan.
The Wild Hunt! Look out!
They pulled the whole moon down. The leader of this regiment is a harbinger based in Nod-Krai, known as Marionette.
You are no match for me.
This looks like Abyss cracks. The same ones that Hu Tao got during her event. Nope, not that. You watched that. Let's see what events we got. I know there's a summer event that's like Splatoon and basically Splatoon, given the game mode. Like, you know, painting, and then there's the boss looking thing. Okay, we can select the ink type. More 2D platforming. I've heard that people on Reddit really like this Claymore. Like, they say that it's like the best design. Also, what is it? I assume this is the enhancement material, refinement material. Yeah. You got the... That is my son on the right, is it? Usual combat-based event with NFA trial. Didn't say trial, but I assume it does. Oh, it's basically the rhythm game. Way too slow though. I assume this is on like easy difficulty, that's why it's so slow. Oh. Another photo taking event. But you know, they don't last that long, so you know, it'll be interesting to see what players make out of it. Great overflow, that's pretty common. I think we get to see this in another video, so I won't like go over them for too long unless they don't show them. You know, new weapons in the next slide. Fractured Halo. Oh, yeah. Buzzmandox, thank you for the follow. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I don't stream regularly. I have shit internet, and when I say that, my internet's probably gonna die. I try to stream at least once a week. I think I've streamed like 3 times last week. I'm gonna get more busy later on soon, so that might not be the case moving forward, but I'll try to stream at least once a week. I want to get into FPS content on stream, but you know, my internet's kind of ass. So mostly it's going to be story games, gacha games. So yeah, hope you enjoy your stay. And also, if you do comment, I might take like a few minutes to see them because, first of all, ping, and second of all, I need to tab out and see. I don't have a second monitor. Yeah, this is I remember this is NFA's weapon. I don't know if you guys can see my cursor on the white background. NFA's weapon, it's like has like a unique thundercloud status effect that's probably a Nod-Krai exclusive, but we'll see. I don't think I will get it anyway. I don't know if I'll even get NFA, to be honest. Well, we can decide when we actually get to see NFA in the story, whether if it's an event or a hangout or whatever. I don't think they showed off Bennett in the
Grab some paint and let's
trailers
proceed.
earlier. And it's just here, I think. Maybe they showed him for 1 frame, but not,
That come from?
you know, not much screen time. Yelan at least got like one major shot of her.
Benny's adventure team, assemble!
Yeah, I thought this looked good though. Same with Yelan's.
doesn't hurt to stand out every once in a while.
Bitch, you already stand out in your original outfit. The people in Liyue don't wear white. And you're the only one with a fur coat on that you stole from someone according to the lore. Yeah, nice outfits. If you have the characters, if you like them, if you have the money, you know, it's your choice if you want to buy them. In my opinion, they look good. Do we need to see this? Maybe. Let's look at this one. Nod-Krai preview teaser. Have I seen this yet? I don't remember. Well, if I don't remember, then probably not. Then you guys can see my record. More NPC interactions, please. Looks like a Wuthering Waves character.
Thank you.
I expect them Patronum. How does your neck work? Well, magic. I get that this is in development, so there's no sound effects, but I wish they at least attempted something. It's also interesting how, like, this Nod-Krai version, like, I get the Welcome Moon is really important, but, like, it's like when you're getting a sequel or like a prequel, that's how when you're like how like the what's like the 2-dot version of a semicolon? Is it just colon? I think it's just colon. Like, and then this will be like the name of the prequel or sequel or like side story. So it's interesting that they're going through with this. Oh, what's the word? What's the word? Oh, I can't think of a word, but it's interesting that they're doing it like this. Because if you remember, there are different chapters for the game, and they don't do it like this. So if they're gonna continue with this naming theme, then I don't remember what the individual nations are, but Kanria would definitely be the dream yet to be dreamed. But that's gonna be too long, so they're probably not gonna do that. Song of the Welcome Moon is just right. Anyway, let's probably the cartoony looking one. Kind of different. Okay, we've seen that in game. Why is this weird? Huh? Wait, what? I swear that videos were not listed like this. Is there like 2 Genshin Impact accounts? Is that why? Okay, there we go. I don't know why it only showed like a few videos. Like these 2 weren't shown earlier. I don't know why. Let's check out this one. Seems like a character teaser, but I'm not quite sure. Is this a Kokomda, I wonder?
Scissors.
Kokomda is like the Korean artist, if I recall, that used to be a fan artist, and now they're like working under miHoYo. Not under, but like, what's the word? Sponsored?
Rock, paper, scissors.
How does she determine if it's... I think it's like the angle, right? Also, doesn't she have a human hand? And couldn't she just use that, or is she just cheating
Paper,
with that?
Scissors.
That way. Okay, she's cheating. Sure. Is it Kokomda? Doesn't say. Like a credit somewhere? Nope. I think it's Kokomda, but I'm not sure. This is That's brain rot. Oh dear. Oh dear God. Okay, I probably shouldn't full screen it. Yeah, it's just brain rot. Nope, I'm gonna stay away from that. This is the character teaser. The Song of the Welcome Moon teaser. Is it
You wish to hear
like
a
live
story
2D?
of the moon?
Sure.
That tale begins long, long ago.
Not as long as my dictionary.
Mister!
That's Varka.
Naph is starting her story already.
Thanks for the heads up.
Also, that girl looks like a VTuber. He looks like she's from Xenophon Zero.
Oh, the moon's a long way off. We might go hungry, but at least we have plenty of time. Huh? Hey kid, that headpiece of yours is pretty unique.
Is this Darren?
Who designed it? Could you hook me up?
I think this is Darren, I'm not sure.
In that era, there was no boundary between life and death. Willpower flowed freely among countless beings. The primordial being that once ruled this planet made 3 moons rise from the earth.
Like, you imagine the... Not monsoons, what's the word? The tides.
It was not until the funerary year that the primordial voice once again cried out in the darkness.
My lady.
That marionette?
The Frostmoon Scions again. A laughably futile rebellion.
I wonder if she's like the Herta variant of this
pale white
universe.
frost moon. I, your loyal emissary. And
Oh my god,
Scion
the water
Hyperborea,
animation.
beseech you to cast down your gaze from the
Okami 2
celestial
better have
dome
like this
above.
type of graphics.
May your
this level
gentle
of graphics.
tears pierce the frigid night and grant us, the forsaken and forgotten, your guiding light.
You didn't come here for the story, did
This
you?
is the Dendro Dragon, if I recall.
Finished already, huh?
No. It's just a greater storyteller than myself has come.
He's the greatest storyteller.
Now, beyond the moonlight's reach,
Pachanko?
an ancient shadow brandishes its hunting claws, taking aim at the stars.
You're right. I came here for the moon.
Moon, but it says Mondstadt in the Why is that liquid silvery?
I'm afraid you have the wrong person.
I should mention that in Genshin's popularity polls, this guy is like the most popular for like upcoming characters during a second. Well, Japan definitely has a bigger female player base. Please tell me those are her actual like footwear in the game. That would be cool.
In the water, the future mirrors the past. The veil of lies is slipping.
The Metal Keeper?
Time is short. The moon's fall is nigh.
What is this, Majora's Mask? Felt like no one's getting the references I'm
Here
getting.
at
Oh, that's Alice.
last. And things look even messier than
That's
last
the
time.
protocol on the.
Well, Miss Alice, shall we begin?
There's no rush, and I'd like to catch up with an old friend first. And you, young man?
Let's part ways here. I have an old score of my own to settle.
We might get a cutscene of like Wanderer duking it out with the Vatui. This is the new moon. What there's you need to like figure out your marketing, like there's Moonlit Battle of the Night, there's Song of the Welcome Moon, and then there's Night of the Still Mist, Rise of the New Moon. Oh my god. But I'm very excited for Nod-Krai. I hope Nod-Krai. Oh, hello, Nicholas Barbet 5. I don't know how long ago you commented, but I just saw it. You pin your comment. 9:27. Though that's like a minute ago. Yeah, like a minute ago. I hope Nod-Krai will be like a convergence station, not to can be confused with the convergence station that's like an installation. Like all the characters will converge here because we know that Nod-Krai is supposed to be the place where all the factions are like trying to have their own agenda, but like most of them involve around getting the powers of the moon. And seeing so many, not so many, but like a few lore important, lore heavy characters who are important to the lore that we've known for a long time. I'm not counting about like Varka because we've known Varka was in Mondstadt since like version 2 or 3. Not in Mondstadt and Nod-Krai. But we knew about him in Mondstadt through Mika and others. Like Wanderer, we know why he's important. Alice, needless to say, Klee's mother, and you know she's important. She's behind a lot of the summer events, and is an outroller, I believe. And then Albedo, who is related to the Hexen Circle because he was created by one of the witches. So it's interesting to see why they're there, because I understand why Alice is there. Do I? No, I don't understand why Alice is there. I guess it's a version like before Kanria and Snezhnaya. If it's Snezhnaya, then you're going to release Snezhnaya characters. If it's Kanria, you're going to have Dainsleif. Dainsleif might be not crop date, I don't know. But yeah, Alice, I guess it is the right time to release Alice. I don't know why she's there yet. We don't know yet. And then Albedo is related to Alice, so you know he's gonna be there. So I don't know why he's with Wanderer. They're with Wanderer. I guess Wanderer and Albedo are both artificial humans, so that might be they might have like a connection there, but like it doesn't explain how they met. Anyway, like Electro, maybe Pyro. Electro. I don't know what element you are. Don't know what element you are. Hydro, Cryo. Electro. Seems like Electro. Doesn't Electro have like the most characters? Or is that like old news? I don't remember. Anyway. We have another... we got 2 enough VODs.
She's still not responding. But why? Oh! Maybe she needs more prompts.
ChatGPT.
I'll keep trying. Hey, can you hear me? From now on, your name's Inafa. Oh, right.
Was that a voice crack?
And also, my name's Aino.
Why is that her prompt? What is this a visualization of, though? Is it the girl's dream? Because it's definitely not Inuffa's. It feels like it's Inuffa's, but Inuffa shouldn't dream unless it's the Draconian core doing weird alien stuff.
My inventions aren't useless. I'm never making him anything again. You're a dumb stray kid with no family. No wonder why your work is trash. I have
It's shooting out of the
It's
fingertips.
right here. My robots, my screws, and you.
Screw you. Is this what Ineffa was? Like, when the core was so draconian? I assume it is.
I'm a little cold.
That appears to be the case.
You're kind of cold too.
Well, she's made of metal. Unless you add heating elements. If you do add heating elements, then that's gonna be like a lot of energy output. But what's the prompt that made her work?
I know. I am Inuffa. From now on, this is my home.
It's okay. Not particularly hooked yet. Yeah, we're gonna watch the cat with blue hat in a bit. I'm gonna have fun doing the tags on YouTube.
Already purchased. Milk. Some jam. Reviewing. Outstanding tasks.
She shouldn't need to have an interface. Her computation should just be happening internally.
Enough,
Like that.
I need more crumb cupcakes.
Today's sugar intake is...
Just one more. Last one.
Last one.
Is it ready?
You can cut it from her tomorrow's sugar intake. For the next few days. Does her hair or tail have an arm like the Scoffia wonder?
Threat detected. Preparing to engage. Place of origin, Sumeru. Searching combat data. Compiling.
Why is there a fish? Fish nunchucks.
Annihilation mode activated.
Why fish nunchucks? Of all things. She has a pole arm, so why is the fish the weapon? Is it like to reduce lethality? Is that rider kick?
There it is. Here, grab this. You gotta
Why was
take
the
a
wall
message to
censored?
Netland.
Huh? Message for who?
Apparently some white flying thing.
Hi,
And a
Mark.
blonde-haired, traveler?
How do they not know? Like, because we're supposed to be like really famous, so I don't know why she doesn't know. What is the green thing that's censored? What is this? At least we know it's not oh, what is his name? Dragon. What is his name? Well, Naruto's voice actors, you know, that character. Why is this censored though?
There it is.
Oh, it's just 30, okay. And it's like censoring puke and stuff, I
There it
guess.
is. Here,
At least
grab
it's
this.
moving, so
You
it's...
gotta take a message to Netland.
Yep.
Huh? Message for who?
I don't think they're knocking on my door.
Apparently some white flying thing. And a blonde-haired, traveler?
I guess that might be why Inuffa is in that land. She's here to look for us, but not. I'm gonna play Genshin. Win the fish shred by impact. Probably. We could go look if is it like an actual fish or is it just like a fish-shaped item?
Threat detected. Preparing to engage.
I'm not gonna play because there's
origin.
really nothing to show. There are hangout events. She just picked the fish up.
Compiling.
It's dried. It's either drying fish or dried fish. Let's see how. I'm not gonna do the math, but. I assume it's the energy covering the fish so that it's not breaking and also like physically carrying the kinetic energy and the electrical energy. Swap this bit though. Maybe it like breaks as well, like off screen. I assume it just breaks off screen because fish, regardless if it's dried or not, it should not be able to handle that amount of strength, physical force. Anyway, I don't know. I don't remember if I mentioned this, but I'm not gonna play Genshin. Not today. I would normally play Genshin. It's just hangout events. I'm just trying to condense the stream into like one single thing, which is just watching the trailers and stuff. Okay, let's look at what Buhat has to offer.
You wish to hear a story of the moon?
Not yet. Might have to look at other older content as well. Yeah, let's start from here. We're gonna skip this one.
Must find
Free Primo games.
them. Traveler. Paimon. Then return home.
Remember, you have to come home!
This is Aino, a genius mechanic and inventor from Nod-Krai. He's very likely the owner of Nod-Krai's Clank Clang Krumkake craft shop. Crumcake or Krumkake. There's also a chance that she's the one who created enough of crafts to repair her. Could, possible. You can also see her wearing a big screw as a hairpiece. Odd choice, but I'm not gonna judge. Her sleeves are also oversized and we can't see her hands clearly, so maybe she has reverse aging. There's a very high chance that she'll be a playable Nod-Krai character in the future, likely. Detailed characters are usually playable. Except for
Mondstadt hairpiece.
Tatooine. Other than her Fontaine and Mondstadt parts, the most interesting thing about her is the core. Yeah, we know. The core in her chest looks suspiciously similar to the cores used by Secret Source automatons. These on its sides is likely from one of the Secret Source servants we saw in Ancient Secret Mountain, which is not true. Secret Source servants were originally created to help Dragon with day-to-day life. It's not that model at least. So it seems like I know someone else provided the Secret Source a new body. I also have the ability to control other Secret Source technologies into that. Teyvat.
Ever since Inepha set sail for Natlan, the Secret Source automatons have been getting increasingly aggressive. It's as if they're drawn to each other.
Is Inepha subconsciously affecting other Secret Source machines?
Memory. Missing.
Malfunction. Have you forgotten why you cast them away to begin with?
It seems like Inepha forgot her past as a Secret Source servant.
An ancient relic from Natlan's dragon civilization.
There's also a good chance that she's a soul of one of the past 13 sovereign lords on Natlan's ancient past. In the past they defeated countless angels, leaving only one angel surviving at Natlan, the Lord of the Night. However, after Power Dragon's fall, to survive, they digitalized themselves into Phlogiston of Natlan. miHoYo is one of these Dragon Lords who was found by Kanish in the past. It's miHoYo, I forgot his name. They also met with Ixlel in Oshkan Natlan, under the Dragon Lord whose soul was sealed in the core by Oshkan. The traveler frees her soul and the world crest open your heart to me. Yeah, we did that, I don't remember if it was on stream. The name of the quest also refers to their soul as heart for these dragon lords. And Inata also has her core on her chest that's like a heart. Well, the chest is a more guarded area, so among them is the following possible candidates for Inata's true identity. Jade Maiden Weaver Secrets, Hermit of Myriad Fates, Mirror of Dawning Morn, or Bonebreaker. This scene she could be recovering her memories as the Dragon Lord. The one she's talking to could also be another Dragon Lord, perhaps the one who erased her memories. Makes sense. Could be the cracks we see on her caused by these memories. Possibly, the remembrance could be here. We, her new body cannot handle her true powers if she remembers all of her past. So her connection, the ancient dragons to the ancient dragons. But the real home she's searching for is Netland. You can even see the distinct inscriptions around her in the scene that dragons used. Another from possibility we can think of is that she's Ixvel. Which should explain why she remembers Traveler and Paimon since they were the ones who freed her. Probably not. Venice constellation in large various skies very interesting. Really. If you don't know, he was found as a baby by an adventurer. In a place of scorching flames, deafening thunder, and a wind that could rip his soul. Don't see thunder yet, but the flames that could match. Never mind, I've seen thunder. The description suggests that he was found in Yuvari itself. However, on his deathbed, the adventurer could only mutter 4 final words: "Will adventure and found treasure." This is also not the first time we've seen a playable character's constellation in the sky. Really? Don't remember. This constellation can be seen during the Narwhal's boss fight as well. I don't remember that. Is that it? The time there is a chance that this is what affected his target region during Fontaine's Icon Close. We've seen Bennett's constellation now. It seems like we'll finally learn about the truth behind his bad luck. Perhaps. Hopefully. This seems to be accompanied by Enjoy and Adventure in Yuvari. Oh god. Some people like this guy, but I'm kind of 50-50. He's been researching about this place in the past. In Kenichi's story quest in Iktomi Spirit-Seeking Scrolls, we also learned that this huge monster is another one of Ryan Daughter's creations and is immortal. Interesting. Which means the flesh of a mortal monster from Yuvari that Albedo used for Durham was from this monster. Named Bakunawa, and will finally be covering new lore about it in 5.8, his upcoming version. This also means we learn new lore about Rain Daughter, the Shade of Light as well. Well, she's not the Shade of Light, but you know. Another interesting thing we learned about Yuvari is that it has 2 different versions. Okay. One without wind and one with red atmosphere and thunder. What was I thinking about? So this boss would probably be, I assume, a world boss and not a weekly boss. And then, well, regardless, it's going to be used for the new characters, likely for Durin as a essential material, or like talent material. In that case, then, if this is really Ryan Daughter's creation, that would explain why Alice and Albedo are here, because they are related to Ryan Daughter, not blood related. But you get the point. And also why Wander is here, because artificial life forms. There's a mystery about this place which suggests that it has some kind of time paradox. You know, and played the Riri, which allowed people from 1,000 years ago to visit Mount Yuvari before it was created 500 years ago. It really. Looking at these 2 scenes, it likely confirms that this area does indeed have a time paradox. This all opens the possibility for Bennett to be born a very long time ago, maybe thousands of years ago. Really. It makes sense, but, you know. Actually, Vanti's visiting now to meet an old friend. Oh, this could be Mafia, but there's an even better possibility. Yeah. You just meet the animal dragon, who could be causing problems with him. Hold up. Is Dvalin not... Okay, Dvalin's not the animal dragon because Dvalin was created by Ryan Daughter, right? Am I thinking about this right? I don't think I'm thinking about this right, but I thought the animal dragon was Dvalin. I also remember, like, in one of the trailers earlier that it mentioned, like, there being, like, no death, like, life and death was, like, the same cycle and whatever. since Venti is like a wind spirit, we haven't really seen a wind spirit aside from like those things. You collect 3 of them, and then you can get an air current. Maybe we also get like Venti's origin. Maybe. But Venti as like a himself, the being, and not like how he got his appearance from Monset's. I wouldn't say downfall, but like a revolution.
The Wild Hunt! Look out!
Remember, the Wild Hunt is one of the most powerful abyssal forces in Teyvat that we know of. This is because Nod-Krai was the first region to be affected during the cataclysm of the Khanria. Right, I don't remember about that.
They pulled the whole moon down.
It looks like someone in Nod-Krai pulled either the last remaining moon we see in the sky, or fragments of previously destroyed 2 moons from the sky. Makes sense. Each of these fragments are also quite unique. How so? The fragments of the lunar palace where the 3 moon sisters lived in the past. Then a Columbina is refusing to leave Nod-Krai. Her reasons for staying could very likely be related to this. This also increases the possibility of her being related to the moon sisters of Teyvat. Maybe.
The leader of this regiment is a harbinger based in Nod-Krai, known as Marionette.
You know how the Adventurers Guild of Nod-Krai has a certain important figure waiting for us? That person is now very likely confirmed to be the 7th Fatui Harbinger, Sandrone, or Marionette. As you remember, she is the creator of Catherine from the Adventurers Guild. In the world-class crushing Melusine and answering machine, she is the one who offered to cut off Jenks' tongue. This is a punishment for destroying Curve, an ambitious lie-detecting machine from Fontaine's past. This scene we see Hissy Island of Nod-Krai as it is in the game, in development. Hissy looks like a special variant influenced by the moon goddess of Frostmoon Scions. Makes sense. The ruins in this scene looks very similar to Enkanomiya. Right. Be like an old civilization. This makes sense since Frostmoon Scions are descendants of an ancient Herbivoria. Checks out. Which is a kingdom that existed around the same time as when Enkanomiya was on the surface. And also the deer glow when it touches the NPC's head. Has anyone seen Avatar? Are they using the deer to pass secret messages between the Frostmoon Scions? It's possible. You see Hellcat described the Frostmoon Scions as very different from people of Nashik Town. Perhaps what he meant was the Frostmoon Scions all have horns and use traditional practices. Oh, she does have horns on her head! Seeing the deer run might suggest that we can control it, like how we endure horns in Natlan. Maybe. Probably the scene I've seen as the one we saw in Columbina's scene. With lava, her outfit seems to be covered in branches and leaves. Also long ears. You can find the crescent moon design on her almost everywhere. Oh yeah. You notice her horns also glow when she touches her head. You see, she also seems to have transformed into a sunflower-like body. I assume that's her skill state. They're suggesting that we're getting another flux in the traversal and Nod-Krai. Benjor, animal enemy, yep. Makes sense. They're usually green. Cryo deer, yep, also makes sense. Very high chance that we'll need the lunar reactions to deal with these new enemies. Maybe not. You can probably brute force them, but using the reactions would probably be easier. Just a bit when you see that this NPC doesn't have the same music Loma, even though she's better fought for design. It's possible that Loma is like a mixed breed. We'll use NPC special case and we'll get to letters of it's also the NPC that could have the mixed breeds. Okay. Reading code. I'm gonna type it in chat if anyone needs it for to copy and paste it. CLD 6C. Or you can use like a OCR if you have it. But if you're lazy, if you're on Twitch, I'll type it in chat. CLD6CW U35 ETH. That's the code. I'm gonna copy it and send it to myself so that I can claim this later, which is probably when I finish streaming. And I'll send it to my Discord server as well. If you want to join my server or like check out my other socials, it's in my link tree. My link tree can be found on basically all my social media. You just gotta find where you put the link in your account or a user's account, and that's usually where my link tree is. Except for like certain games because they banned the link tree in the signature. Yeah, pretty. Well, what's the word? Thought provoking? No. What's the word? TLDR learned stuff, but I don't think I'll remember all of that. So let's watch this one. This is what we were.
Moon, that tale begins long, long ago.
Good point. Who's speaking is Nicole Reen, the mage codenamed End of Hexagon Circle. Also, this is her. Would pull for her. By pull, I mean smash. Also known as the guide who will never get lost. Interesting. She's a prophetess who studies Teyvat's direction and order. The path of harmony. She's known to speak directly into people's minds without their permission. Rude. However, this is due to her physical inability to speak. That is to say, she's immune. Hand signs. According to NBC Wolfie, she also has messy handwriting due to lack of practice. Really? You can speak, but you don't write. Sure. The reason for all this is likely due to the species that Nicole is originally from. Nicole transformed into a human after witnessing the self-destruction of her species. I wonder if Nicole's transformation was an upgrade for her or a downgrade. But there's a chance that Nicole might be an alien-like skirt from another world or some ancient life form in Teyvat. Both are possibilities. Traveler first heard Nicole speaking into their mind in the Archon Villages. So that was her! Nicole can detect when a change occurs in the world. That makes it possible that she's a Not-Worlder. At the time, she detected the change caused by a skirmish removing himself from Irminsul. In Fontaine Archon, she helped Traveler understand the nature of Fontaine's prophecy. Really, I don't remember. In the teaser, we see her with two green wings. At the same time, the crown on her head also glows. Oh, I can't really tell, but yeah. Now she's one of the serving angels of Seelie from the past, reading from Caliboria. This is Starship Schools, which what's similar to Conrians. Or perhaps the pupils are more ancient and similar to the Voyager who is described to have Starship pupils. Who is the Voyager? Which might make her one of the Seelie ancestors of all Conrians.
Mister! Nappa's starting her story already!
As I know I've seen her before in the version 5.8 trailer. The genius mechanic and inventor from Nod-Krai who likely created or fixed Ineffa. There's also a high hands that she's the owner of Clink Clank Crumb Cake craft shop at Nasha Town. She seems to have some sort of mechanical tail in this scene. Okay, so it is a tail. Probably mechanical. Since you see Ineffa in this scene, this room is likely part of the same craft shop. It looks like it's also gathering place for at least 6 characters we saw in this teaser.
Thanks for the heads up.
He's like the Grandmaster of the Knights of Livonius of Mondstadt. He's hoping the Wolf of Wraiths. He's moving on one of the roof, the same building who's moved before. You look really close, you can spot his vision. It's Animo. Same as the acting Grandmaster of the Knights. Makes sense. It is a nation of Animo. Please try to understand exactly what you're saying. Wolf's gravestone. Yep. So I might get a rerun. It's given him Wolf of North Andreas, who also gave him the title Knight of Boreas. But there's a high chance that he will be an Annual Claymore DPS in the future. Imagine if he was physical. Called the Titan of the Knights of Euphonius by Tartaglia, Vark is one of the strongest people from Mondstadt. He's the one who brought Rosaria to Mondstadt so she could redeem herself. He took Eula into the Knights despite opposition and taught Razor how to use a Claymore. Maybe to Luke as well. Rizzo knows Fenty's identity and had asked him to mediate an agreement with the Hexen Circle. Yep, we saw that previously. He was journeying to Natlan to fight Malvika, but somehow ended up fighting her in a drinking contest. Sure. Also met with Capitan and Smith and Nod-Krai called Capitan headed to Natlan at the time. Yeah, we heard that from Mika, I believe. However, and Jean's father, same as Peg, as well as some of his mother, Ulrich, a part of the expedition team. Based on his appearance, it does seem like he is 30 to 40. He has a very carefree personality and is known to be Venti's drinking buddy. By that, you mean paying for his money.
You're right.
For his drinks.
I came here for the moon.
What's if some means moon sleep? Really? So it looks like we are finally going to learn about Monster's connection with the moon. We didn't know the moves of Mondstadt have always had a deep connection to the moon. Really? Whereas Andreas have always had powers of quiet, which he got from an unknown god in the past. Now recently learned of the existence of a frost moon from Nod-Krai. Okay, that makes sense. It is beautiful how we'll all be connected together by the Knights of Boris himself. Yeah. Who knows, maybe Varka might also use Krai along with Anima to this connection.
Oh, the moon's a long
Maybe.
way off.
I doubt
We
it
might
though.
go hungry, but at least we have plenty of time.
This Jehoda, and she could be part of the craft shop's faction like I know. I don't think Varka will use Animo, but it's possible he will either use Animo Cryo in the story, like in a cutscene, or there will be some kind of Cryo swirl buff, because I doubt he's going to use two elements in game, especially since there's no characters that can use two elements in gameplay. We know that Child and we know Child can use two elements. We know Signor can use two elements. And Signor is not a playable character, and Child only has Hydro as playable. And so far, we haven't had a character that has like a second form for like a separate element. We know, I wouldn't say Honkai Impact counts, but Honkai Siren definitely has it. We know we have, Trailblazer. I guess Traveler counts, but it's kind of different. They could use a similar system. Battle Game, thank you for the follow. I don't stream regularly, but I hope you enjoy your stay. I try to stream at least once a week. But, it depends on if availability and internet and stuff like that. Right now, today, we're not going to be doing any gameplay. We're just going to be looking at trailers and theories. We've already seen the trailers, now we're just looking at theories, and then I'll end the stream. So yeah, thank you for the follow. Grab a snack, grab a drink, and ideally water, because that's what's best for you. And hope you enjoy. I think I've said hope you enjoy the stream like 3 times. 4 if you include that sentence, but whatever. Let's continue. What was I saying? I don't remember. Based on our dialogue, it seems like they're waiting for Moon's alignment or something. Right now it seems to be completely mechanical. That's why I mentioned Xenosun Zero. The Batu-Hero hat with ears and black-colored outfit checks out, but it could also be something else. If you ask about them, did she just sleep entirely and woke up at night? Other animals do that as well. Perhaps the red cloth on her left arm indicates she's part of some group wildfire. Let's get a look at Durin's final design ever since he transformed into a human. And as from his mini, Durin form seems to have turned magenta. I also don't see his 2 big wings from the transformation cutscene, so he probably can hide them. His wings are part of his abilities and will stay hidden by default. Kind of like Kujosara. Kujosara has wings as well, but they only show up in like adult animations and stuff. Surely his entire color scheme matches the Festering Desire sword from 1.1. Right, forgot about that because I don't have it. It's just because the sword itself is forged using Durin's eyes, cloth, and scales. Makes sense. That might mean that Durin could synergize well with Festering Desire. Looking very closely at the back of his neck, he's a power region. Reaching does he have the Nod-Krai is to meet the rest of the Queen Circle? Could be.
In that era, there was no boundary between life and death. Willpower flowed freely among countless beings. The primordial being that once ruled this planet made 3 moons rise from the Earth.
It seems like 3 moons that once orbited the planet were created using the planet itself, so kind of like how our moon is theorized to be, created. Those who created them could be Nibelung, the king of dragon sovereigns, or perhaps even older. Which means the dragons are the ones who created the 3 moons of Teyvat before the heavenly principles arrived. The no boundary between life and death might suggest that the planet originally hosted Phlogiston beings. Checks out. Which is also a plot of the Little Ones world-class series in Netland. When closer, you can see 2 of the 3 moon sisters had a singular horn on their head. Rem and Ramby like. When the 3rd moon sister doesn't look human at all.
It was not until the funerary year that the primordial voice once again cried out in the darkness.
Wait, this might be referring to when Nibelung brought Abyss to the planet to fight the Heavenly Principles. I thought that was just Quantum. Here's a theory, what if the planet only has a single continent of Teyvat? Because Nibelung used the rest of the landmass to create the 3 moons. Oh, that makes sense. Well, okay, maybe it's like Subnautica, where it's only one part of the whole planet that has like a protrusion that allows it to like be above water. Maybe that's how Teyvat is. But I think we've seen Teyvat. Yeah, Teyvat is like a spherical planet. I think we've seen in like Skirk's teasers or trailers. So yeah, it's probably like Subnautica in that way, and in that sense, then the other land masses were probably used to form the moons. So it's possible. This is Kyril Krudomirovic Flins, or just Flins, one of the keepers of Nod-Krai. As such, he's responsible for defending Nod-Krai against the Wild Hunt's attacks launched by the Abyss. He seems to be carrying the torch with which the Keepers fight Abyss. Anyone played Warframe? If you look closely, he seems to have electric in his lower back. Yep. His color scheme also, you know. For some reason, both his hair color and eye color seems to match Leila's, but not his ears. While his eyes are much brighter and yellow. Leila's more of a golden yellow. Okay, makes sense. Not makes sense, but like this one is a closer match. In later scene, we see him repelling the Wild Hunt's attacks. The text on this gravestone says, in secret tribute to Krudomir the Arnivalkia. It seems like Flins is visiting the grave of a relative of his in this scene.
The Frostmoon Scions again. A laughably futile rebellion.
This is 752 Harbinger Sanjune Marionette, who also seems to be in Nod-Krai. This looks like the 3rd Harbinger in Nod-Krai after Dottore and Colombina. Is Torre? We've seen Dottore like once, I think. He's the creator of Catherine, the receptionist of the Adventurers Guild. Surprisingly, Sanjone has a huge key on her back, perhaps suggesting she herself is also a puppet. Additionally, her appearance bears a striking resemblance to Mary Ann from Fontaine's that institute. Even though Sanjone doesn't have a body and just possesses the puppets that she creates, that's possible. That would make her basically her. Mary Ann's appearance could be related to her past and why Sanjone chose to look like her. Sanjone has previously worked behind the scenes in Warcraft Crushing Magazine and Answer Machine. In the course, the Traveler works with a unique machine named Curve who can detect lies. At the end of this quest, the NPC Jenk destroys Curve in his attempt to escape capture. Sanjone orders the Fatui to deal with him, after which he's found with a cut-off tongue and broken mind, so he got tortured. Perhaps the huge mechanical structure of Nod-Krai was also put by her. It's possible. This machine could also be Piero's plan of killing a god.
I, your loyal emissary, and scion of Hyperborea.
This is Lama. She's one of the Frostmoon Scions of Nod-Krai. Hyperborea was the original place where the Frostmoon Scions once lived before relocating to Nod-Krai. Which might also mean that she's related to the moons, i.e. dragons of Teyvat, assuming they create the moons.
Beseech you to cast down your gaze from the celestial dome above.
If she's praying to the gods of Celestia, does that mean the heavenly principles are controlling the Frost Moon? Or is she praying beyond the false sky to the last remaining moon that still orbits the planet? The Venga Vision? Oh! Thought she would be like Cryo or Electro Hydra. He prays to the moon, her horns grow even bigger. It seems like her blood is of silver. Oh, it's her blood! Which is very different from Teyvat's humans. I guess the people of Hyperborea really are beings from the moon.
You didn't come here for the story, did you?
is different based on her appearance. She seems to be from Sumeru. You see what appears to be a tender vision on her back. Think about her suggests that she's a snake. There's even fangs in her mouth. If the Dendrodragon attacked with her take human form, is similar to what I expect her to look like, so that's why people think she's the Dendrodragon. However, Pep dislikes humans a lot, so taking human form is the last thing she'd ever do. If it isn't seemingly related to the academia, so it'll be interesting to know her origins in Sumeru.
Beyond the moonlight's reach, an ancient shadow brandishes its hunting claws, taking aim at the stars.
Who could be suggesting that Nibelung will return to Teyvat? Or perhaps it is someone else equally ancient that's aiming for Teyvat. Columbina's first scene shows her extremely unique shoes with levitating heels. Perhaps she's also the one singing in this scene. The third of Fatui Harbinger's codenamed Damselet is introduced as Moon Maiden in this teaser, which means she's closely related to the dragons, assuming Nibelung created the 3 moons. And also, since she's the third Fatui Harbinger, that means she's like pretty damn strong. I don't remember what Arakino's rank is, but she's also really strong. Introducing us to the dragons and their civilization in that land seems to be in preparation for Nod-Krai. And also, Capitano was like second, I think. Both Wanderer and Shad have warned the travelers to beware of Columbina. The Pale Star Edict, enacted by Snezhna to bring her back, could also be initiated by the Suetza herself. The design resembles that of Angels or Seelie, further suggesting that the two are related to the moons.
In the water, the future mirrors the past.
Finding reflections in Teyvat is said to be the key to understanding the world. I think Mona said that. Mona and Barbalov's hydromancy lies with the reflection of stars and their methods. Well, there's also legends of how the symbols of ruin guards were created by looking at the world's reflection. Really. Another thing this line could refer to is the theory of Teyvat having a cyclical past.
The veil of lies is slipping.
It reminds me, maybe Teyvat has a scepter.
The moon's fall is nigh.
Another small detail, you can see a crescent moon in the middle of every flower. Oh! Looks like some lies keeping up the last moon of Teyvat in the sky. Maybe that all 3 moons were destroyed in the past. Certainly possible. The legend of 2 moons being destroyed was a lie from the start. Columbina seems to already know the truth about this, which may be the reason why she's not leaving Nod-Krai. This will be the new 4th moon that will rise to illuminate Teyvat's night skies. Ah, and Columbina herself plans to become the new 4th moon.
Here at last. And things look even messier than last time.
Hold on. Guess I'll just have a snack while we wait for this internet to get back to normal. Might as well check if YouTube stream is still up. I hope it is. Well, it was up, but you know, now the internet is dying. Nope, not yet. Let's wait until the bitrate is back to normal. Anytime now, internet. Anytime you want to get back to normal, and we can keep on streaming. And once I stop streaming, you can kind of rest for a bit. Yeah, I just had a deja vu. I got that deja vu from like 1 or 2 weeks ago. I saw this exact moment. Has anyone gotten deja vus before? Because I get deja vus quite frequently. More so in my teen years. Usually get deja vus like every week or so, maybe even like multiple times a week. Back when I was in secondary school or high school, depending on where you're from. I mean, I was gonna say I was a weird kid in high school, but I've always been the weird kid. Anyway, I have a notebook pocket since my freshman years in secondary school. I wrote down a lot of stuff. It's a notebook. You put down notes in it. I would keep talking, but the internet is not doing well. Well, I was talking while it wasn't doing well, but now it's even worse. Okay, I'll keep talking when the internet's back to normal. You can tell my internet is still ass because we've been here for like minutes, and there's like no buffering here. It won't even give me a preview here. Like it's getting preview, but the internet's still kind of slow. By kind of slow, I mean it's not even a megabyte a second right now. It's maybe a megabyte in total, but barely. And people ask why I don't stream Siege. Like, with this internet? Nah, bro. And also people are disappointed in me not streaming Delta Force. Okay, but it's back. While it's still kind of recovering, I was gonna say that I have a notebook in my chest pocket in secondary school. I would write a lot of things in it. It's pretty full. I don't know if I still have it, but I once wrote down how often, like when I got the deja vu, and like what was it, what time it was. I tried to find a pattern. I couldn't find a pattern, but deja vus have helped me at least once in life. I remember there was a time in Siege where I had a deja vu and I saw like an enemy hiding. In my deja vu, I got killed, but since I got the deja vu, I basically have free intel. I killed the guy, but then I got killed by another guy. So I couldn't escape that, but I did get that one kill. So yeah, deja vus do work. How they work, I don't know. It's probably just your brain hallucinating random combinations and somehow manages to stick. Or maybe it's just your brain doing supernatural. I won't go into it. It's weird. The Yahoo has no science behind it, as far as I know. But it happens. If it happens to you, I'll also like to hear what happens if you have any. If you had anything interesting. But yeah, let's continue. Al seems to have arrived in Nod-Krai on a boat, perhaps from Dorman Porter of Mondstadt. She's the leader of the Hexen Circle. The sustainer of the world's borders, really. Makes sense, she's like an outworker, so. She's also the one who did Aloy's collected recently, because she's an outworker, but we haven't had other crossover characters yet, so And most importantly, please mother. You can even spot a Nod-Krai in her hair. I pointed that out earlier. You can see that she has a power vision, long ears, and blonde hair just like Klee, and also a concept of a hat. With the Klee, both of her parents are famous adventurers, so her husband is probably out there somewhere. Assuming Klee isn't lied to by Alice, and turns out Klee's just a clone or orphan, and the story's made up. But I think about it, he could just be Alice's younger self, in which case her parents would be Alice's parents. Note in her hand says Erlos Solnari Canon, which is referring to the names of the three Moon Sisters, Arya, Sonnet, and Canon.
Well, Miss Alice, shall we begin?
It looks like she's in Nod-Krai for an important mission with Albedo.
There's no rush, and I'd like to catch up with an old friend first.
So a friend could be referring to either Varka, Perspicol, well, it could be anyone really. Perhaps even Venti. One of the two sent her this message on the paper. And again, she could also be meeting some other Hexen Circle mage or perhaps a sinner. Alice's contacts are just too vast, and it might turn out to be just some merchant like how she knows Dory and Samara. You can see a full design from the front in this shot.
And you, young man?
Let's part ways here. I have an old score of my own to settle.
There's only one reason Wanderer came to Nod-Krai for his revenge against Dottore. Right, Dottore was the one who, yeah. Seeing both Albedo and Wanderer and Nod-Krai finally explains why Durin is here too. Durin is tagging along since Albedo is the one who looks after him, and Wanderer taught him about Teyvat. Why is Wanderer going to teach him about Teyvat though? The attention to Wanderer's reflection in the waters. He shows up here with his old athletic skirmish. Yeah, some guy on Reddit pointed that out. So. Just peek for foreshadowing. I can't wait for Nod-Krai after this. Let me know what you're most hyped for. Everything, honestly. So yeah. Here's the obligatory like and one last video. And then we'll end the stream and I can go claim the redeem code. The Song of the Woken Wind teaser introduced us to many new characters. We never actually saw any new Archon for the 6-month experience game. There's no Archon in Nod-Krai. Turns out that Columbina is the new Archon equivalent character of Nod-Krai. Makes sense, but she's not an Archon. New web events shows statue of hers in the form of Statue of the Seven. You know what? I might actually open the game. Not because that I want to claim the redeem code, but also there's a special event, which might be this, and opening it and sharing it might have rewards, and I might just also get to look at it, so I'll do that in a bit. When Hades spoke of the top 3 Harbingers having powers to rival the gods, she wasn't lying. Columbina is the Archon equivalent of Nod-Krai, it's as simple as that. That makes sense why she wasn't introduced as a Fatui Harbinger in the teaser, really. Instead as the Moon Maiden of Nod-Krai. It explains how Nod-Krai managed to survive as an autonomous region with or without Snezhnaya. And why Columbina can refuse orders from the Tsarits and fellow Harbingers. When people of Nod-Krai worshipping her as Moon Maiden, she must think of them as her responsibility. This all means that the Frostmoon signs are very likely praying to Columbina in the teaser. This lore now gives them a new meaning to the Pale Star Edict of Snezhnaya. That it's in order to capture the god of Nod-Krai. It actually sounds quite similar to obtaining the Gnosis from an Archon. The human goddesses were set to steer the primordial celestial sphere and wove love and passion into the very heart of the world.
Beseech you to cast down your gaze from the celestial dome above.
Of course, Columbina doesn't perform these duties yet since she's just a Moon Maiden. Know that of the 3 moon goddesses, Aria, Sun, and Ganon, one is still alive. When 2 of the 3 moons were destroyed in the past, the 3rd is said to have ceased to turn. What a moon. Weapon Moonpiercer states that the last of the sisters was so overcome with sorrow that she would never leave her past again. Nahu Malikata, the goddess of flowers of Sumeru, was the survivor of one of the angels who witnessed the fall of 3 moons. After hearing about the moons from her, King Deshret suggested that the solitary moon we see in the night of sky of Teyvat might just be an illusion. But there should be no moon in Teyvat's sky since none of the moon goddesses are performing their duties. Perhaps the god that the Fatui are trying to kill is this last surviving moon goddess. After which they will probably try to send Columbina as a new moon goddess of Teyvat.
The veil of life is slipping. Time is short. The moon's fall is nigh.
What this probably means is that the fake moon seen in the sky will soon disappear. Maybe it will cause tides. Perhaps this system that has sustained the moon's illusion is coming to an end.
In the water, the future mirrors the past.
This could now mean that since none of the Moon sisters were supposed to survive, the reflection of Teyvat's skies in the water should have never had a moon in. So since we see single moon in reflection, that itself is the feature of Moon sisters. Not a reflection of any of the Moon sisters that we know, but that ties back to Columbina being a new moon, or something. There's a new moon that is set to rise. You know what's the craziest thing about this? You tell us. Columbina doesn't have a reflection in water. Oh, I mean, it's easy to even make sure to add the Hue and Petal's reflections. Right. So no reflection for her feet, because she doesn't belong in Teyvat. Perhaps this is why she was glitching in the gods in the Caesar. That explains it. However, what are this plan of replacing the 3 moon sisters? If a new singular goddess is a new one, or something that failed to happen in the past is unknown. You theorize that this plan was created by the dragon since they thought that the Moon Sisters betrayed them. After all, it was the ancient dragon King Midlung who created the 3 moons in the first place. With how similar the statue of the Moon Maiden appears to that of Sutra of the 7, there's a statue? It does seem like the 3 moon goddesses were in the Heavenly Principle's control. That's a... An interesting thing is that Columbina statues and the Fatui bases are encased in something. But that's a statue, and the Fatui trying to suppress or control their influence in the regions. For me, it's an amplifier. After created an artificial statue to extend her influence in their regions, yeah. In the teaser, we saw Columbina's heels were made of hydro. Adding to this, the talk of reflections makes it seem that she will have the hydro elements. This means we'll get a second Hydro Archon equivalent character in Nod-Krai. When I think about it, doesn't the Hydro element symbol looks like the 3 moons? Oh! Since there's a new statue Moon Goddess and Nod-Krai will travel get a new Hydro kit. Maybe. If this is how the traveler will be able to use the new lunar charge reactions. Oh yeah, we haven't even thought about that. New web event also reveals the map of Nod-Krai. I have a feeling that instead of getting... Okay, maybe we can get Cryo or Light in Nod-Krai. If you think about it, in Okami, we got the solar flare from getting the final element, which is Cryo. And in this game, since we are getting a new element that is not known yet, either we are getting a new updated water kit, or Cryo or Light. So that would be interesting. Event also reviews the map of Nod-Krai. It used to be similar to Inazuma as a region made up of islands. The base of the huge Fatui machine is the northern region, and it is called Paha Isle. This specific structure is called the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau. This huge fortune manufactures things like the Fatui. There's a dock in the distance which is probably connected to Snezhnaya. I wonder if the furnace in Inazuma was probably like a version of this, whether if it's like a prototype or a replica. But themselves look very high tech. Looks like a fucking submarine. There's some big gate in this section, perhaps suggesting this whole machine is a huge barrier. The machine again appears to be floating with some ripples under. What? I mean, the cables are the only thing holding it down. Maybe there's like a... Maybe there's like a stone, like how the Jane Barrier is floating. Maybe there's a version of it. Maybe it's like the same compound, or maybe it's the ground of crystals and they just filled the lining with it, or they're just a really massive rock in there. Same ripples can be seen on the huge rocks around it. Oh, it's on... Okay, it's talking about these effects. The machine's power caused the rock to bend into these shapes. Maybe. Next place is called Blue Ember Lake. It is in the eastern Nod-Krai. Oh, that looks pretty. This boulder house is shaped like a well and even has a tail on the back. The Sea Island is the southwest area of Nod-Krai. You can find Lempo Island in the south area of Nod-Krai. This is a small settlement of people, maybe a village. Reminds me of the Fallen Arm in Xenoblade Chronicles 1. I like how high-tech this region is, which is expected since it was part of Snezhnaya before, and it's, well, X explained this in the previous stream. This scene can refute history and strengthen the power of the area. Wish Town is also located in the south of Nod-Krai. It is the most prosperous trading port in the region. Prosperous. The web event says not to trust grown-ups in this town, especially not the kids. Why though? You see levitating buildings and neon signs everywhere. It's definitely the Adventurers Guild of Nod-Krai. Doesn't look like it. The whole region's buildings do use advanced tech but are held together by scraps. The certain space Snezhnaya to be a combination of this high-tech stuff with Fontaine's class. Possible. So it looks like the place during NF and Jehoda were at. But that's a craft shop. The machine at the center has the same ripples like the three machines we saw before. Here we can see that the shop sign levitates. And the tracks in the back are used for transporting things. Oh, it's electromagnetism even. Okay. Maybe insightful. Someone DM me on Steam. Okay, just about Warframe. I'm gonna launch Genshin and I'll get the web event open. So give me a bit. Why is window capture off? Whatever. I hope the window capture wasn't off for too long. Well, shouldn't be. Hold on, does it? Hold on. Why did the window capture not work earlier then? Okay, whatever. Oh, it's because I minimized it. Okay, that's why. Okay. NVIDIA app. Genshin. Once again, reminder, there's a redeem code in chat or on screen. It's from Cat Blue Hat. Claim it if you haven't. It probably expires soon. And also 5.8, you can do the pre-update installation. It's 5 to 6 gigabytes on PC, assuming you're updating from 5.7 to 5.8. It's probably going to be like 2 to 3 gigabytes on mobile. Not sure about console. Console probably about the same as PC. Browser audio off. Game video on. Window capture off. Game audio on. I mean, probably don't need to switch to game capture since the special event is probably a web event. We'll see. Might as well use the redeem code and show you guys what's in it, you know, or if it's still available at the time of this stream. And then we can end the stream. Redeem. Nope. Okay, so active. And you get 60 premium gems and 5 XP. Not bad. But better than nothing. Right, grab it. Let me check my mail as well, because I think it might tell me if I need to share it or something. There's also this, so might as well. Anything else? Implementation, yeah. I should have looked at this. Okay. I guess I can turn off the game screen share. Yeah, let's see, window capture. Let's look at this one first. Oh, a bit laggy. Code. Is it not? Okay, I guess it'll show us somewhere. Comeback rewards. We don't care. Well, I don't. Enough. Seelie rerun, Milani rerun, and also Chaska rerun. I don't think I'll get Chaska because I don't really like her personally. Milani, I already have a Hydro DPS, and that's what is his name? Nivilet. So I don't need Milani. Right now I'm still on the edge about Inefa. I don't think I'll be getting her, but again, I might have a change of heart once I see her in game. New weapon, Fractured Halo. Seems high secrets from a Bicon area. Well, probably Dragon Tech. Setlali's signature, Milani's signature, and Chaska's signature weapon. Event calendar. Here's the share. Copy. Usually the rewards. It's Mora. I will be having fun with this with my Google Calendar off stream. But you take a screenshot, or go inside your game, or just look it up. You'll get this. GameMate has a really simplistic calendar. If you don't like this format, so that might be for you if you like to use GameMate or just want another format of calendar. Here are the 2 skins. Again, they look great. If you want to get them, get them. If you have the money, get them. The version event. Oh, we're getting the Bennett skin for free. Well, it's free if you play during 5.8. It's not free if you don't play 5.8 or if you don't claim it. You get an onset update. Probably gonna have it's definitely gonna have new bosses, but I don't know if there's gonna be new rewards. New features. Okay, it's just a usual game stuff. Okay, so that's all. Nothing here. Refresh on the page to get rewards, share to get rewards. Zamora. Is that not available? Maybe. This is like a desktop background, isn't it? Probably. I like the music. It's not loud. Not gonna lie, it sounds like Delta Force. Like if you go to Black Hawk Down, that sounds like Delta Force Black Hawk Down. This was drag. Yep. Okay, that is not smooth. I'll just say. Isle, ready to reassemble. Yeah, we saw. Now these are the effects that Blue was mentioning. We can't see like the rock on the right, but it's there. I don't think there's going to be a barrier. I just think this is like just to prevent land troops from getting in as easily. But you know, it's possible there's going to be a barrier. We don't know. This is the Nash Town, I think, or just like the opposite side of that. Okay. We swipe again? No? Swipe down? No? Scroll? Okay, we scroll. No, this is Nash Town. Nasha Town. Elysium of Revelry for explorers. Elysium means kind of like heaven, but you know, not heaven. Interesting. But why can we not trust the adults and especially not the children? Yeah, again, this looks beautiful. I don't know if this is solid. If this is, well, regardless, you're gonna have fun as Mulani on this. What is this? Just show the landscape. There's another tree. There was a theory I remember a long time ago where like every nation has their own unique tree. In Mondstadt, it was Windrise, that big tree. In Liyue, it was it's the one that's above what's the weekly boss above Ishtaha. In Inazuma, it was it's the foxwing tree, and then Sumeru is just the one in Sumeru City. Fontaine has one that's like weird looking, and then I guess this might be our local tree. Even if it's not a tree, there's like a mushroom, like in the orgasm, and also you know other stuff. You know, there's always some sort of tree, which is probably ley lines. Lempo Isle. Again, this looks like the Fallen Arm in Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Okay. This is Hisi Isle. Reminds me of Wooden Waves and Xenoblade Chronicles in general, just to be honest. Especially this place looks like the Banus's arm or something. Or like shoulder. The arm or shoulder? I remember. I've never played Xenoblade Chronicles 1, I've only watched people play it, and this is like the deer. Keep scrolling. The moon-enveloped land. The moon land where those drawn in by various powers wage bitter wars without end. Guess we can just look. Go here then. Go in and look. It's animated as well. Paha Isle, where the Fatui assemble. Under the ancient moonlight, the pale star banner casts a shadow as vast as solemn as the northern lands. In the newly established Kubaki Experimental Design Bureau, countless mechanisms churn and whir at all hours, night and day. What rebellious designs does the forged hammers dull thunder conceal? Even their own soldiers stand in ignorance, blind as the anvil. Ooh. There's a possibility that in here is what makes high quality delusions, because if you remember, delusions cause rapid aging. It like drains your power. So it's possible that there's like a high quality variant for like the you know, their own troops, and like the low quality variants for back when Inazuma was a thing. Because if you remember where the delusions were created, it was kind of a rundown place, you know. But here it's just basically a straight up factory. Oh, there's more actually. The forces of Snezhnaya encroach like the winter, and the Fatui sergeants rise aloft the flags of their harbingers. What is it that they seek? The idol of the new moon, carved by the sands of the far north, now lies caged in the prison of steel. Do they wish to harness its power, or simply display Snezhnaya's unparalleled dominance? Given that they don't know, we cannot tell, but it makes sense that it's possible to harness their power or to display their power, you know. You see, island remnants of the moonlit world. The remnants of the far north still dwell among the ashen woods and tundras. The golden city has long since turned to ash, their distant ancestral homeland consumed by the court of creation. Yet these proud descendants light primordial lanterns against the pitch darkness of a withering tide. You mean a withering wave? Spinning distant ancient hymns, praying for the new moon's protection. So this is what it looks like without all of Fatui gizmo on it. Yeah, it does look like a statue of the Seven, like at the base. And then this is floating, which is new. And then here, they just put stuff over it. Yeah, it does look a bit like Columbina. But it could also be just Columbina copying the look. For 5 centuries, generations of moon chanters have followed the commandments left by the first leader of the Frostmoon Scions, guiding their devotees to uphold benevolence and faith, striving to avoid conflict with outsiders at all costs. Yet, with the arrival of the Fatui, the Scions long held tranquility, and their endless supplications to their goddess may now give way to creeping twilight gloom. Master Town, Elysium of revelry for explorers. No matter where you're from, no matter where you stand in society, and no matter how much more you have to your name, this is an paradise. Huh? This is a paradise for those whose hearts are filled with hope. Riches, lies, schemes, and sincerity surge beneath the same coat of raucous laughter. As Nod-Krai's most prosperous trading port, the first lesson newcomers learn here is always the same. Keep your moral close to your chest. So you can't trust people. You should buy a new weapon? Absolutely. This here is Nod-Krai's second best forge. What do you mean second best? Well, if you meet, I'm pretty sure it'll be clear. So I have a feeling Aino is gonna have like a forge passive, because right now we have Zhongli, who has a forge passive for pole arms. We have Zhongli? Yeah, I'd say Zhongli. Ganyu, who has a forge passive for bows. Does A have a passive for pole arms? I don't remember. No, A has a passive for ascending weapons, ascending pole arms and swords. And then Diluc has a forging passive for claymores. I don't remember about the rest. So, if you'll forgive me. So Aino might have either a pole arm forging passive or some general forging passive, or just a new thing completely. You can buy anything you want here as long as you can pay the price. I hear you're looking for some extraordinary treasure. Then you've come to the right person. My friends and helpers in these lands are numerous indeed. I wonder if there's going to be like really expensive stuff, like in terms of mora, not resources. Because in other games, there are items that cost a fuck ton of money. Like in Super Paper Mario 2, it's the cards. In Honkai Star Rail, it's certain collectibles that you don't need. Like lore bits. They don't really cost a lot more, but like if you count them all, then it costs a lot. Same with books in Genshin, but books aren't that expensive in Genshin. Especially since a lot of them can be picked up. Same with Honkai Star Rail, but in Paper Mario 2, it's hard to find cards. What else? What else was I gonna say? Yeah, this Xenoblade Chronicles 2 also had some collectibles that are like really expensive on money. I want to learn about the latest commissions. If you really want something worth the risk, you need a little luck on your side. What does that mean? That NPC, we gotta first look at the NPC. Just a little warning, the grown-ups here are sneaky and love ripping off passing adventurers. You want to know if kids can be trusted? Well, you just have to find out. If you remember, one of the girls, the possibly playable characters, they had like a red band on their arm, kind of like I mentioned Wildfire at the time. I wonder if this place is basically an equivalent to Boulder Town. Like, not in the same way that it's like oppressed and stuff, but in the same way that it's, you know, how it's run. Kinda. The presence of the abyss grows. The pitch-black withering tide whispers amidst the silence of frigid nights, awaiting its moment to rend the ever-thinning veil and devour those frail souls whole. In the shadows where rules cannot reach, even death is no respite from torment. Even death is no respite from torment. So even if you die from the hands of the hunt, you might, you know, your soul might be unable to return to the ley lines, or just, you know, you're gonna not have fun in the afterlife. About Nod-Krai. In the age when the 7 lights of firmament had not yet shone upon the land, the now nameless ruler raised the heavenly moons to govern the cyclical tides of the world in their speed. Keyword cyclical. Teyvat is theorized to be like cyclical in nature, as mentioned earlier with Blue Hat. Possibly due to a scepter from like Honkai lore. It's interesting that they specifically mention cyclical tides. Tides in itself are cyclical in real life because it's the moon. The moon's gravity affects the tides, and that's why there's a cycle, because the moon orbits the planet. But, you know, in Genshin, that's a different thing because the moon is fake and the moon doesn't move. So cyclical tides. Interesting. The remnants that failed to become a moon slumbered in the vast sea, only to become, at last, the refuge of the exiles of the far north. Neither the withering tide of darkness nor the mad monk who spoke in strange tongues could break the land's spine. Yet, now beneath the new moon, calamity stirs once more to drown the world in its maw. The calamity is probably the moon falling, and if it falls, then it will drown the world either through physical means, as in like debris, or dispersing ashes. That's why, like, if you remember the theory of not like theory, but like the one of the bigger theories of why the dinosaurs went extinct. One of them was a meteor. And if you think about it, the moon is also just a massive chunk of rock. So if it falls, then it's going to disperse dust everywhere. It's going to heat up the atmosphere. And if drowning the world actually means the moon falling down, then it could be the dust in the air and just taking away the sunlight. And, you know, it wouldn't be fun to breathe. And, you know, in that sense, you would drown by suffocation. And also drown in darkness. So that's, you know, we don't have the knowledge of hindsight. So this could mean a lot of things. So, you know, we'll see what happens. Use the moon symbol. I guess we gotta click it. Man, Genshin, the artists are gonna have fun with this. What is clicking that for then? Well, clicking here, I can disperse the petals. I guess you can just keep clicking to disperse more petals. Developer sharing. The new moon has risen and the wheel of fate begins to turn. Journey with the Genshin Impact dev team to learn more about the behind-the-scenes story of Nod-Krai's creation and new song, the new moon's song, the book of moon season. I may have watched this already, so I'm not going to watch it. That wallpaper. You know, if you want to get the wallpapers, you can get them here. I'm using a wallpaper from my artist friend, so you know, I won't be changing. But you know, let me take a look. I click. When image in these up. Yeah, it looks great. I don't know what quality it is, and also it's a JPEG. And why does it have 2 dots? Why does it have 2 dots? It's probably a higher. I can't zoom in anymore, so I won't download it, so I can't tell how resolution is. I wish they could make it like you can pick if it's static or not, because I know that some of these, like especially this one, we know that the signs and stuff move and float. So I kind of wish that they made these as GIFs, or like there's an option of like a video GIF image, and an image you can pick if you want a BMP file, BMP's lossless, PNG or JPEG, you know. Or like SVG even, but I doubt it would be SVG. But yeah, let's check out the rewards. I just had another deja vu, and something tells me my internet is gonna die. Okay, there's no audio yet because we don't really need it. But from all of Song on Welcome Moon, fast looking at the end, scrolling to the end, for your Primo Gems to Hero's Wit, yep, and then to Sanctifying Essence. For sharing the Song of the Welcome Moon, Nod-Krai concept overview, you get 20k Mora. And for sharing the 5.8 calendar, you get 20k more Mora. So, you know, pretty nice. Especially since, ever since I invested more into upgrading characters, I actually run out of Mora. I didn't run out of Mora back in the day, because I don't really ascend character talents. Now I do. And also, you know, back then, there's not as many characters to ascend, to upgrade talents, to, you know, all that. Anyway, since there's nothing else, I'm gonna end the stream here. Next time, either tomorrow or the day after to tomorrow, I do try to keep like symmetry on my streams. So, you know, if it's symmetry I'm going after, then it's gonna be Thursday. If just availability, then it's gonna be tomorrow. I don't remember which day 500 is coming out. I'm gonna check. Hold on. Genshin 5.8 calendar. My keyboard is broken again. 5.8 calendar. Thank you. Let's see. My calendar is launching on the 30th. So, assuming the 30th is Asia time, that would mean it's tomorrow, or, you know, midnight tonight, you know. Not midnight, but like, you know, tonight in general. Tonight, tomorrow, maybe the day after tomorrow, depending on your region. So yeah, again, do the pre-update installation first so that you can take a shorter time to update. It's about 5 to 6 gigabytes on PC if you're updating from 5.7 to 5.8. If you're on mobile, then it's going to be 2 to 3 gigabytes. If it's an older version, you might have to like update like up to 100 gigabytes. I remember, because it's like the way it updates, it installs every single update, but like, you know, slightly different. So yeah, that's why it's 100 gigabytes if you're like updating from like multiple versions. What else did I say? If I stream tomorrow, it could be Genshin. Sometimes the version events don't come up right away. In that case, it's gonna be Thursday, maybe. It's also possible to be. Well, at any rate, if I stream and it's not Genshin, then it's gonna be Snow Break Containment Zone. I haven't gotten enough progress on Hollow Earth to show off. I don't remember if I mentioned this, but I've reached Copper Tools. Copper Tools, I've started to farm slimes. I found out you can get charcoal from chopping burnt trees. Shoot some bees. I think I just need to figure out how to kill a slime boss, and then that's technically a speedrun complete for, you know. Yeah. So, that's all for today. Make sure to check out my socials. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, share, you know, tell me your thoughts. If you're on Twitch, well, you're probably not going to see this after like a month or so, because Twitch doesn't keep VODs. So yeah, see you guys next time. Until then, be well, be good, be healthy. I'm not going to say be happy, because that's pretty hard in today's climate. politics and economics and stuff. Man, I have so much to rant about economics and the work market. What's the word? Workforce. I don't know the word. Probably. Well, anyway, see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed the stream and enjoy your next 24 hours because I don't know what time it is for you, and have a nice day is the same as have a nice 24 hours. Sounds more threatening and more unique. I ran out of water. Remember, water is the best for you, unless you need medicine. Pineapple juice is also good if you know what I mean, or so I've heard.